Yes, my people, it is your boy VRD back at you with another Train Sim World 5 video, and I need to get some more content out, and couldn't think of a better idea than a little nighttime run, cheeky little nighttime run along the mild May line in the westbound direction. So that will be Stratford over to Rosedon. Let's get into it, man. I'm not gonna waste time on the intro. So we got 2 Lima 60. Actually, no, that's the one, that's the service that's about to end. So our new service, I'm not too sure, but that's gonna be. It is dark in here. I can't see a thing. Let's get the doors locked just so we can go through the little end of service sequence. It's been a while since I made a video in free roam mode. A lot of the time I just load up the service from the timetable list, but this time um I actually decided to spawn into free roam mode because I know the trains are quite frequent on this route, so it's not like I have to be stood there for half an hour waiting for a train like a fool. I can't see a thing. Where's the cab lights on these? I honestly can't see a thing. That is bad. Let me flip my torch on. Right, we'll set our DRA. We might as well get the doors open as well. Really annoying that you have to close the doors and reopen them. Like that's a bit of an outdated thing. That shouldn't be a thing anymore. I don't know why that still happens. Um, Anyway, something extremely strange just happened there. What is? Okay, so the master key. Alright, this route still has a few bugs as we can see here, because the master key wasn't visible, but it was um it was on somehow. The train was keyed on, but there was no master key present. Very strange. Right. Wrong button on the D-pad. Let's have a look at the back of the train. We have two tail lights being displayed. Bit dim though. I don't know why those are so dim. It's reminding me of the 465. Remember when Southeastern High Speed first came out and the 465 had those dim tail lights. That's what this is reminding me of. Once Train Sim World 3 came out, they obviously updated the Southeastern High Speed route, and then the tail lights on the 465 got fixed. But now the 376, 378 is having the same problem. Very unfortunate. Lighting seems to be pretty good though. This is what I'd expect the station to look like at night time. It's not too much on the lighting. We are due out of here at 10 past 8, so not too long at all. We're not gonna waste too much time. Uh Enter the front cab here. Key in the relative safety systems. So AWS, DSD, and finally the vigilance. I'm starting to I'm starting to I'm starting to revert back to my former self, which I'm quite pleased about. I'm taking it a lot more seriously, you know. Seriously, a lot more seriously. Yeah, I think because I've had a couple of recording attempts now, a couple recording sessions, I should say. It's everything started to come back to me, which I'm quite pleased about. Master key in, reverser to neutral, AWS reset. We need to select the night running configuration, which I have done. Alright, doors already open. It says I'm on foot, which is strange. Let's sit back in the seat. That is very strange. What is going on there? Normally the service, it says service is scheduled to start at 10 past 8, but I've got no cooling patterns. I've got no like normally the list is available to look at. I'm I'm not gonna be too pleased if the game just breaks. Also, let's play about with the TMS quickly. Just get the correct destination. I can't for the life of me see anything. Let's see. Right, the TMS has had a bit of a makeover, so I don't really know how to. Oops. Wait. Ah, so you're gonna force me to do it like this. Okay. As you wish. Wait, no, but now I can't. Now I can't like do anything. What is going on here? View screen. Can I not? It, I can't interfere with the TMS. That is very strange. Hold on. Yeah, I think yeah, there's still a couple of bugs present as we can see, but what can you do about that? So I think we have to wait for the service to commence, and then hopefully the destination blind will update itself, and also hopefully we get our cooling pattern pop up here. Because if it doesn't, then that means something has gone very terribly wrong. We've got about 40 seconds left, so I'm just gonna edit the video down. Catch you guys in a bit. Right, my people, I had to quickly jump into the settings there because I forgot that I had the little part of the HUD in the bottom right of the screen switched on. I had to go turn that off quickly. We don't have a cooling pattern, which is freaking me out. This is actually quite pathetic if I'm being honest. Let's pop outside. Train says not in service. Is it broken? Is it broken or something? What's going on? This is bad. Right, give me a sec. Right, we are 30 seconds prior to our scheduled departure time, so we'll just get the doors closed and pray for the best. I do kind of want to, I kind of want to have a cab light on as well, but this isn't. I ain't I should be used to this, innit? Like, I've been there, done that, driving electro stars in the dark. So, alright, stop at Hackney Wick. Right, so we've got our calling pattern at the top of the screen, but for some reason it's not coming up in the format of a list, which is irritating but not game breaking. So we're just gonna have to go by that. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna turn every form of the HUD off whilst driving along, and I'm only gonna turn it on when stopped at stations, just so I can interact with the buttons. Yeah, just to make it a bit more challenging and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to try and listen out for what notch of power I'm in. All the I cannot talk today. I'm gonna have to try and listen out for the notches of power and everything. I'm talking like it's not something I've done before. Anyway, let's get a move on. Hopefully the muscle memory just comes back to me, but it has been a while, guys. So bear with me. Notch one initially, the test of the whole start button. Notch two, speed limit is 15 out of here, I believe. Raising to 20 at the end of the platform. Train is 5 carriages long, so we will keep that in mind. And already it just feels so much easier driving like this, looking at the speedometer and just feeling the notches of power that I'm in, notches of power and steps of brake that I'm in, rather than just looking at numbers on the HUD. Like, honestly, driving like this is a lot easier. Believe me. And if you don't drive like this, I recommend you learn how to, because it really just adds to the immersion of the game. I feel like I've forgotten to do something as well. Hopefully I haven't. Right, we should be alright to accelerate up to 20. I'm probably only going to go up to about 17, because if my memory serves me correctly, we're going to be going downhill at some point. And then it goes up to 40, I believe. Yeah, I think I just barely managed to make out the beginning of the downward gradient. And yeah, you can see we're coming up towards 20. Just going to tap on the brakes quickly, bring it back down to 17. Waiting for that 40 to begin. I think it's any minute now. And we're going to go up to 30, do our running brake test. So running brake test, brake back down to 20. Then we accelerate back up towards 40, but I believe we only get up to about 30 by the time we'll be ready to put the brakes on for Hackney Wick. Need to try remember the order that the stations are in as well, which is going to be interesting. Right, full power up to 30 miles an hour, then we'll do our running brake test. I need to remember that I can be slightly more aggressive on this. This isn't what you would call an express service, this is a commuter service. So aggressive acceleration and braking is pretty acceptable. Running brake test is successful, so we're gonna begin to accelerate towards 40. Once we get to about 30 or 35, I'll start thinking about putting the brakes on for Hackney Wick. I think I can make out the platforms in the distance. We do have a 25 limit just before Hackney Wick as well. And I definitely didn't remember that because I tried to I attempted to do a recording session on this yesterday. That's definitely not why I remember. Oh dear. And again, jumping on the brakes way too early. I feel like that's going to be a bit of a reoccurring, oh goodness, reoccurring theme for this video. I'm hoping it's not, but it's looking like that's what it's, yeah. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think it's a pretty steep upward gradient coming into Hackney Wick, but we'll find out when we come to a stand. Couldn't really make out the stop board there, so overshot it ever so slightly. Not the end of the world. Brake step 3, neutral, door release on the left. And yeah, 1 in 147 uphill, so slightly steep. Next station after Hackney Wick is of course Homerton. We are 1 minute late, coming up to 2 minutes late, which is kind of expected. Right, there we are. Let's get a move on. Definitely gonna do a bit of hill start out here. Remembering not to go above notch 2 of power until we're above 5 miles an hour. Also remembering that the speed limit is currently 25, so we're gonna... I did go into full power just then, but not for too long. Again, like I said, aggressive acceleration because we are running late and it's a stop-start commuter kind of service, so yeah. It's kind of like the London Underground, except it's above ground, which is probably why it's called the Overground. Just giving a little tone to the track workers that I spotted way too late, so if one of them happened to be in my path, it would have been game over for them. Speed limit has also gone up to 45. I am kind of nervous now because I'm not too sure where the breaking point is for Homerton, but I'm just looking out for the station lights in the distance. Up to about 44 miles an hour, shutting off the power. And I could see Homerton coming up in the distance there. Gonna give it brake step 2. Reducing it down to brake step 1, back up to brake step 2, just jumping between the 2 steps of braking there. Aiming for that 25 mile an hour entry speed, of course. This is a more standard type of approach, a more acceptable approach. Beautiful braking curve. Upping it to brake step 2 again, just trying to get that speed down for the stop board. Jumping between brake steps 1 and 2. And perfect. Came to a standing brake step 2, which is a bit cheeky, but I wanted to stop accurately, so I had no choice. Homerton Station, my people, Homerton Station, 2 minutes late. 1 minute and 30 seconds to be precise. 1 minute 35 seconds to be very precise. One minute 35 and 0.258 millisecond. I'm joking, I'm not funny. Right. Next station is Hackney Central. There's quite a bit of a gap between Homerton and Hackney Central, so it's gonna be a bit awkward trying to find the breaking point. But like I said, being able to see the station lights in the distance is a huge help. A huge help. It's a class 66, hauling a load of flatbeds or whatever the three letter name for those wagons is. I'm not really a free person, so I don't, for the life of me, know the. I'm getting paranoid. Break step 3 right away, please. Oh, that is a hot approach. I got distracted by the 66. Thankfully, we're doing all right. I thought Hackney Central was slightly further away. I didn't know it was this close. Oh, have I think I no no no. I'm a fool. That's why I'm a fool. It's between here. It's between Hackney Central and Dalston Kingsland, where the huge gap is. Not between Homerton and Hackney Central. So that's a mistake on my part. Luckily, if I was driving in fog, that would have been game over. That would have been game over. And I'm definitely doing a foggy run on this as well. That's gonna be the ultimate test. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. But at least we didn't overshoot or anything like that. Bit of a sensitive right stick on my controller. Could easily turn that down, but no. What's the gradient? Okay, downwards. Just had to check. Still haven't learned the gradient yet. There is quite a lot to learn. Next station is Dalston Kingsland. Speed limit does go down to 40 just on the other side of Dalston Kingsland station. So we've got this signal, then we've got the next signal. Did I just see two signals right? I'm not sure what that was. I'm gonna have to go watch that back. I could have sworn I just saw two signals right, like stacked next to each other. That was strange. We've got this signal here, then I think there's a bit of a bend, and then again, I'm just looking out for the platforms in the distance because I can't for the life of me. I haven't driven on this enough to memorize the braking points, and I can see the platforms coming up. I'll get brake step 2 in there. To be honest, anything below 30 miles an hour is pretty decent, to be honest, so I'm not too stressed. But like I said, if I was driving in poor, actually I didn't say that, but if I was driving in poor railhead conditions, then I would need to be a bit more careful and cautious when slowing down for these stations. But Dalston Kingsland, my people, I can't see the stop board to save my life, and it's getting on my nerves because I'm unable to stop accurately, and my OCD cannot handle things like that. What's the name of this service? I'm gonna have to go back to the timetable list and have a look. We left Stratford at 8:10, I think it was, so I'll keep that in mind. Right, next station is, what is the next station? It's Canterbury, isn't it? What's the gradient out of here? Upwards. I need to remember to take note of the gradient as soon as I come to a stand, rather than having to go back and look at it quickly before applying power. It's a bit time consuming. Speed limit reduces to 40. And we're gonna pass over the strange whiplash section of the route now. Look at that, disgusting. Motor sounds are very spooky, aren't they? I think I can see Canterbury coming up. We've got an oncoming train which is interfering with my line of sight of the station, but no. Jumped on the brakes a bit too early there as well. Released them momentarily. 25 mph entry speed, followed by brake step 1. Ooh, have you stopped in about the right place? Bit of brake step 2 in there just to be safe. That stop board is nice and far away from the edge of the platform, so you can easily stop accurately there. Imagine if I somehow still managed to overshoot it. Oh goodness. Embarrassment. Embarrassment. Embarrassed. Canterbury Station. Canterbury Station, we're now only a minute late, so making up a bit of time. Upward gradient on the departure, so we'll use the whole start button. The route's actually growing on me quite a bit. If you disregard the bugs, obviously, and the issues with the route, it's actually growing on me. This is my first time driving on it completely HUD-Less, and the immersion's there. I can't lie. It's nice to have that little hop between each station. It's a bit of a sensation of speed. I can't lie. I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? But I think because it's nighttime as well, my first nighttime run, it throws the accelerating up to 40 between the stations. You do get quite a bit of a sensation of speed, and then slamming on the brakes. It's nice. I can't lie. I'll probably get fed up of it after about 2 runs, but hey ho. Coming up on Highbury and Islington Station, which seemed further away than it actually was there. That was a bit strange. I think it's because we had that bridge or tunnel, whatever that was, on the approach. Is the northern terminus of the Windrush line, which I want to see in Train Sim World. I've said that about 100 times, but let's make it happen, please. The Windrush line, I'll drive that all day, every day. Same how I was with the Southeastern High Speed when that first came out, Brighton Main Line when that came out. I would just sit there and drive on those all day because they're kind of local to me. Brighton Main Line is local to me. That's my local route. Southeastern High Speed, not really, but I think because it was the first kind of no, it was the first. It was the localist route to me that when it came out. I think that's why. It was the most local route to me at the time of its release. So I think I was quite gassed about that. Or maybe the East Coast way as well, but I didn't own East Coast way. So yeah. Too busy waffling, not paying attention. Right, next station is Caledonian Road and Barnsbury. There we go. And I think the speed limit drops to 30 or 20. One of the two. Is it 30? I can't even remember, you know. No, Caledonian Road and Barnsbury. It stays at 40, and it's the station after that, Camden Road, where it goes down to either 30 or 20, but I can't remember. And then you've got that weird section of track, the trailing point, where it the island platform tried to catch me out. No, 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 you're not doing me like that. Yeah, you got that weird trailing point where it seems like it should be a 20 limit, but it's 40 going over there. Oh dear, we've got our offside stopboard at night. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Come on. Right. This is weird. Alright, we got a green aspect. So it's very strange being. I mean, I guess a driver in real life could just literally lean their head forward a bit and they'll be able to see, but with us, we have to stand up. It's irritating. Right. Another upward gradient. Next station is Camden Road. Now I need to try and guess where that 20 or 30 limit starts. And I also need to. Do you know what it starts? It doesn't start too far away from the station, to be honest. Um, ooh. I think the dodgy trailing point is probably a good place to get the brakes in for it, if my memory serves me correctly. But it's just remembering if it's a 20 or a 30. I think it's a 20. I do think it's a 20. It might be 30 going in the other direction. Or is it a 25? It's probably a 25. I do think it's a 25 actually. But I don't know, something's telling me 30 as well. I'm not sure what that was. So keeping my eyes peeled for the dodgy trailing point. I can see lights in the distance. I'm just gonna slam on the brakes right now. There's the dodgy trailing point that I was on about. Got a yellow signal as well. Uh, just gonna bring it down to 20, see what happens. Because I am paranoid and scared. And now that signal that we just passed, that green signal, I think that was the breaking point. Now that I think about it, that might have been the breaking point for the speed limit. But I still can't remember what the speed limit was. Here it is now. 20. Okay, cool. So keep that in mind. It's that signal, not the trailing point. But I was smart in slowing down to 20 though. I knew something was off. Oh goodness, what was that? Right, Camden Road. And we're early again. Okay. So maybe I had departed too early from the previous station, which is why we had that prompt kind of sound midway through midway through the journey. Oh dear. Yeah, because you normally get a bit of you get those, I don't know what you call it, when you get held at the station for a few minutes midway between the run, just to make up for any lost time. Right, let's get a move on. Downhill out of here. Next station is Kentish Town, I believe. Just double check. Yep, Kentish Town. Only gonna go into about notch 3 of power there. Gonna take up to about 15 and then shut off. Although I think it's a bit of a climb into Kentish Town. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. It's giving it a little bit more power there just to... We didn't seem to be rolling up towards 22 or so. I think we did enter a climb. Alright, now speed limit goes up to 45, and Kentish Town Station, of course, is not too far beyond that. It's just waiting for the full length of our train to be clear of that 45 board. It should be in about 3, 2, 1, 0. Quick burst of full power. Up to about 27, 30, why not? And then slam on the brakes. Not exactly slam on the brakes, but brake step 2. Juicing that down to brake step 1. Apologies for my phone pinging off in the background there. Oh goodness. Oh, perfect. That's probably a steep upward gradient. Yeah, 1 in 95. The train stopped through gravity. The train, I was in off and release, and the train just stopped. I didn't need brake step 1. Oh, that is funny. Glad that we made that time though. Next station is Gospel Oak. We got that weird 20 limit before the station. I'm gonna struggle to find the breaking point for. I think it's... So the next signal is probably... I think it's shortly after that. So I've managed to get back that muscle memory that I had before, where I look at the monitors even though there's nothing there. Just because I'm imagining myself actually looking at the CCTV of the passengers boarding and whatnot. It's just a bit of a good habit to build up. So if you guys see me looking this way and you're wondering why, that's what I'm doing. It's a bit strange, I know, but yeah, just adding to the immersion, isn't it? Right, what was I saying? Yeah, the 20 limit. I think this signal that we're coming up on now is shortly after that. No, we need to brake for it shortly after passing the signal that we're coming up on now. I do remember that it's on the other side of a left-hand bend. And Gospel Oak in this direction is uphill as well, so... Gonna get the brakes in now. I am a bit scared, if I'm being completely honest. Uh, okay, no, maybe it was this signal. Maybe it was indeed this signal. We're gonna hang about at 30. I can see the platforms for Gospel Oak coming up, so I'm guessing the 20 starts literally right before the platform. There it is there. Okay, so the banner repeater. We got a little banner repeater that it's attached to, so if we can remember that, then happy days. But more or less just before the platform starts is easy to remember. On and off a brake. Step one, not too good. Make the passengers sick. But the Gospel Oak Station, my people, Gospel Oak Station. So yeah, I got into a bit of a daydream there. Let's get a move on. Now it gets a bit tricky remembering the stations. I think it's Hampstead Heath, which is the next station. Hampstead Heath, Finchley Road and Frognall, West Hampstead. Um, oof. West Hampstead. Ooh. I'm not sure what's after West Hampstead. Very big problem. Very big problem. Is it Bronsbury? Or is there something in between? West Hampstead. There was something else. There was something else. Hampstead Heath, Finchley Road and Frognall, West Hampstead. There is something else, and then it's Bronsbury. But there is something else between West Hampstead and Bronsbury. But I can't remember where it is at the moment. But we're soon gonna find out. I think it's like it's one of the, it has a similar. There's a Northern Line station that has a similar name to it. I just honestly can't remember where it is right now. And also, once again, I accidentally called Kentish Town West Kentish Town. Kentish Town West is the station that we stopped at before Gospel Oak, and I called it Kentish Town, which is very bad. Speed limit's gone up to 45, by the way, but Hampstead Heath is not too far away, so we're not going to get too excited. Like the little display on the left there, telling us how much power and braking we currently have applied. Quite hopeful, even though I'm not really looking at it too much. And again, just not being able to stop accurately, getting on my nerves now, and I'm not letting that happen again. This is the last time. I'm getting angry at myself now, very angry. Breathe. Still no cooling pattern. I don't know what's happened there, but at least the scenario is still functioning. No, it's not even a scenario. At least the timetable is still functioning correctly. Are we on level terrain? Oh, we are. That's crazy. I didn't even. That was a guess as well. It just seemed like level terrain. You could just tell. I promise I didn't look at that. That is actually crazy. Right, the next station is. I have PTSD from the next station, as some of you may know. And it's kind of scary because it's nighttime. So, um, I mean, hopefully the station lights should come in handy a bit. What does fog is there fog inside of tunnels? I've always wondered that, you know. When it's foggy, does the fog go inside of tunnels, especially long tunnels like this? So does it make it difficult to see the end of the tunnel? Are you unable to see the end of the tunnel until you're near it? How does that actually work? Because fog is like it's like a cloud. It's literally just a cloud at ground level. So there's nothing really stopping the cloud from entering the tunnel. So does fog actually? Because I've never, I haven't, I don't know what the, I haven't seen through the I haven't seen outside of the cab through the windscreen during fog whilst going through a tunnel. So I've actually, and that's something I've only just like thought about now as well. Like, I wonder if fog actually happens inside of tunnels. Because I've never been through a long tunnel on the road either whilst it's foggy. That's actually crazy, you know. I'm actually I'm actually curious. I'm genuinely curious about that. Does fog happen inside of tunnels, or is it only outside the tunnel it just suddenly becomes foggy? There's got to be. Where's the cutoff point? Like, there's got to be some sort of transition in between the fog and the foggy and non-foggy area. Anyway, that was Finchley Road and Frognall. Next station is West Hampstead. Speed limit is still 45. It's actually 45 for the rest of the way up until the approach to, what's the station? Willesden Junction. West Hampstead is literally right around the corner. I'm getting kind of familiar with where I am right now. Bit too fast coming into here. Brake step 3. I think we're going downhill at the moment. Yo, you need to stop. Yeah, we're definitely going downhill. I don't know what that was. Don't know what that was all about. Cool, blimey. I was a bit concerned there. I thought I wasn't going to be able to stop in time. 1 in 1054. Get out of here, man. It was way steeper than that a second ago. It probably levels out towards the end of the platform. That felt like a 1 in 70 something. When I put the brakes on. About 1 in 1054. You ain't fooling me. I don't know what I'm doing. What for some reason I thought I was I thought I had to wait until 20 seconds passed, but that was already the time I was I was a minute. I'm a minute late. I'm a minute late, and I thought I wasn't. Is what I'm basically trying to say. What's after West Hampstead? Is it Bronsbury? It is Bronsbury. Okay, I thought there was something in between. Listen, I, I know the station. Sorry, I know the route off by heart. I told you I'm certified. Can see Bronsbury coming up there. Nice little lower Dijon morning board as well, which I need to get better at reacting to and driving accordingly. My brakes have just gone out the window. Have they? Is there a new update where the brakes just randomly become ineffective? Because I don't know what's going on here. 1 in 402. Door release on the left. Um, I'm daydreaming again. This is bad. I'm getting. Hold on a minute. Okay, no. I'm looking at the departure time and the current time in the wrong way. For some reason, I'm thinking the current time is the departure time and the departure time is the current time, even though the departure time isn't moving. So I clearly shouldn't be getting the two confused. But that's me for you. That is me. Bronsbury Park Station, not too far away. Come on, let's smash this stop. Let me not say that. I shouldn't use that word. I think that's a bad word to use. Let's let's perfectly execute. Do you know what? That's a bad word as well. Let's. It's already happened. I've already stopped perfectly. I've already stopped perfectly. I'm still trying to trying to think of a way to describe it in future tense when it's already happened. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, next station is Kensal Rise. Are we going uphill or downhill? We're going downhill. I'm in my I'm in my I'm in my quiet. I want to get the video completed stage. Yeah, this is get it does get a bit it gets a bit exhausting towards the end of the run, and I have had a fairly long day as well. So there we are. Although my commentary's gone out the window, but my stopping accuracy's just been summoned out of nowhere. I had to trade one for the other. It does get like that sometimes, you know. So multitasking is a myth. Stop daydreaming, man. Get off the phone. Going uphill. So we're gonna use the whole start button to come out of here. This is Kensal Rise. So next station is Willesden Junction. Next and the final station. Listen, if I can pull off the running fog without overshooting the stations, then I'm certified. I can't lie. I am 100% without a shadow of a doubt competent in this route. Competent at driving in this route. But listen, that is a challenge and a half. Right, now it gets a bit awkward. Um, so it goes down to 35 somewhere. We'll just bring it down to 35 from now. Okay, so I actually managed to stop for that spot on. And then it goes down to 20. I think we brake for the 20 at the signal. And that little spur down there takes us to the T T T is it TMD or TARSMD or something like that? The depot. I could just say I could just say depot, but I'm out here trying to sound all smart. And yeah, we did not break in time for that 20, but I was trying to style it out, but no, let me just be honest in the mistake that I made. So slightly before the signal is where you want to get the brakes on for that 20. We know that for next time. At least we got it spot on for the 35. I thought I'd mess up the 35 and get the 20 spot on, but no, other way around. That's bad. I didn't have faith in myself. Oh, we are not gonna stop accurately here. I just know it. It is too dark. Oh, okay. No, but I was on and off brake step one. I was tap dancing with the power handle. I can't even see as well. Oh, that is bad. There we are. Right. What on earth happened there? My head just clipped through the ceiling and then everything just went silent. Very strange. Right, reverser to off, master key out, safety systems disabled. Isolated is the correct term. Out the cab, close the door, do the outro. Yeah, guys. Yes, my people. That concludes this nighttime run of the Mildmay line in the westbound direction. That went pretty well. I didn't overshoot any stations. I think there was a few minor speeding incidents here and there, but nothing too major. No major overspeed. So that is probably a pass if I'm being honest. Next time we're going to be doing the foggy run in the eastbound direction, which is going to be hilarious, but it needs to be done. So yeah. But I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below and is highly appreciated. And if you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Love.